Based off of recent reports, the Miami Heat are definitely making a trade before the NBA trade deadline. We'll break it down all the reports on this episode of Heat Digest. Remember to subscribe to the channel, as almost 97% of you guys actively watching this are not subbed to the channel. It'd mean a lot to us over at Heat Digest, as we are on the road to 500 subscribers. Now let's get to it and break down all of these reports, as they are all about one player for the Miami Heat. That one player is Kyle Lowry. Now, this report from yesterday saying the Miami Heat, quote-unquote, trying to execute a trade by the deadline. Now, this is no surprise. It should be no surprise, as of the last month, every team, it seems like, in the entire NBA have been involved in some form of trade speculation. Now, what is actually going to happen, we're soon to find out, as it seems like things are about to kick off and there's going to be trades left and right. Hopefully there are trades all over the place, because it's always fun when there's transactions going on and teams are trying to improve right before the start of the second half of the season. Now, for the Miami Heat, moving Kyle Lowry would be great, because as of late, he's been horrible. Over his last 10 games, he's averaging 5 points, 3.5 assists, and 2.8 rebounds a game. Again, he was moved to the bench due to the fact that we were really just trying to figure out a lineup that works. We're throwing out different things. We have done 23 different starting lineups this year. Kyle Lowry's in a majority of those. Recently, he's been moved to the bench, and his production hasn't really gone down or even gotten better. He's just been bad all year long. He's had glimpses where he looks good, but again, overall, he has not been great for the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat are really looking for a ball-dominant point guard, not really anyone looking to score the ball over and over again, but really just facilitate the offense and run and bring the ball up and down the floor and really set the offense up and get it going, make the correct pass, and really get the things moving and orchestrated in the way they should go. Now, Kyle Lowry, don't get me wrong, he's a good player, he's a good point guard, but a lot of the benefits are coming off the floor at this point in his career, as when he's on the floor, like I said, he's not great production-wise, but when he's off the floor, there's no doubt about it, there's no argument to be had. When he's off the floor, the production is massive, in the sense that he's a legitimate leader. His experience from the start of his career to now is second to none. He's been on championship teams. He's made championship runs. He's been in deep playoff runs. He's played for a slew of different teams with a mixture of different teammates and playing for different organizations who play with different coaches. He has knowledge for days, and it's great to have on a team, especially when you have a bunch of young players or really just not veterans. And even the veterans he can coach. Like Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo aren't considered rookie players anymore, because they've been in the league for a handful of years, and Kyle Lowry is still instructing, teaching, and really shaping their games day in and day out due to his abilities and due to what he's been through and what he's actually experienced through his NBA career. Now, for Kyle Lowry, it's interesting because he's been on the trade market since last season. If we read this quote just from, 2 days ago, Kyle Lowry has been on the trade block for the Miami Heat dating back to last season. His production for the Miami Heat has been minimal, and Lowry is in his final year of his contract. For any team looking to free up some salary space in the offseason, Lowry could wind up being a great asset for them, since he is making nearly $30 million. Now, the fact that he's been on the trade block for so long and he still hasn't been moved is due to the fact of what I just acknowledged, with the fact that he can really just teach and be a role model to these young players and these old players overall, due to his experience in the NBA, I should say. Now, will he be moved? I really hope he is, because he's not doing a lot on the floor in order to propel the Miami Heat. And right now, it seems like we need that more than anything. The overall culture in Miami is amazing and can't really be judged, as Jimmy Butler's there, Bam Adebayo's there. Haslam, I know, just got his jersey retired. He's not actively on the team, but he is a coach there. Eric Spoelstra and Pat Riley are still there, and there's a real attitude for the Miami Heat and a real culture. And Lowry isn't really one of those players that's going to propel that culture or really maintain it. It's going to be there regardless of whether or not he's there or not. Now, the production on the floor is what we need, and Lowry's not giving it to us, so I would love to see him moved. I know we can't trade him straight up for really anyone and get great value back, so put him in a trade package. I know we just discussed him and Jovic being available. Now, whether or not we let go of Jovic, that comes down to what the returning package would be before I say absolutely get rid of him, because he's very young. He's had great glimpses. And why get rid of him if you pair him next to Bam and you've praised him all this much? Give him a chance. Like, you really started to give him a chance. He's been in the starting lineup. He's really done a decent, if not good job when getting these minutes. Now now Jimmy's coming back, Tyler's back, and we're really coming to full strength. Don't pull the trigger on Jovic instantly. Lowry, he's out of there. You know what I mean? Here are the odds for what team has the best odds in order to get him. It's Hawks at plus 200 are considered the favorite. Then we have the Jazz following. Then Wizards, Cavaliers, Raptors, Knicks, and then the Bulls. It seems like there's a handful of teams that really are interested in Kyle Lowry. Whether or not anyone really makes a move and goes and gets him, I think it's going to really come down to Miami offering more than just Lowry, because, again, teams know what they're getting from him. Is he a great role model? Is he a great teacher? Yes. Is he going to dominate the ball and get you great minutes and great points and great statistics while playing basketball? Not really, no. But he can be a good piece on a championship team. I still believe that. Coming off the bench, playing good minutes, not great minutes, providing like a bulldog mentality, accepting the challenge on defense, and really like leading by example when on the floor. I think he can still do that. Again, you can't ask him for a lot. Like, he's not going to be able to really produce at that level anymore, which is unfortunate because he's been such a joy to watch throughout his entire career. But again, it doesn't seem like things are really going that way for Kyle Lowry anymore. Now, to bring these odds back up, the Hawks, I believe, were the favorite due to the fact that I think the media believed with Lowry was going to have to be involved in the package for Miami to get DeJounte Murray. I don't think the Miami Heat are making an action or any form of push towards DeJounte Murray for one reason, and really one reason only, and it's the same reason they won't be making a push for Donovan Mitchell, Zach LaVine, maybe even Terry Rozier. It's because of the price tag. The price tag is going to be massive for these players. We just watched Siakam. I know he's such a high-level player, and he's going from Toronto to Indiana. They were able to get 3 first-round picks and, Bruce Brown and I believe one other player. That's a massive price tag. I know it's for Siakam, and Siakam is a fantastic player. He's an all-star level player, whether he's in the East or the West. But if we want someone like LaVine, if we want someone like Terry Rozier, if we want someone like Donovan Mitchell, the price tag's not going to be the same, but I believe just a tier below what Siakam's was. So it's going to be interesting. Lowry, I'm not hoping he's traded, but I definitely believe he is going to be traded due to the fact that his production is down, and Miami really needs to be able to move him in order to bring in another piece and not deal with cap room issues, as well as having another point guard that can really facilitate the offense and get things going on the offensive end, and not really have the problems we have with Lowry and the inability to really produce. So let me know what you guys think. Would you like to see Lowry in a different uniform? What would you do if you were the Miami Heat on this episode of Heat Digest? Thanks for watching, and that is it.